everyone! You're probably here to see why and how I came up with the characters, so let's begin. Thanks for clicking this video, by the way. So, Scarlet. I'm not sure how I came up with Scarlet. I mean, I knew I wanted her to be more of a leader and to be confident in the things she does. Except she's still human and, LPS, so she does break down when she can't handle things. So, for example, in episode 14, she was getting ahead of herself and started saying things about what happened to her and what Sebastian did to her when she was still in Milo's body. Her and her friends were actually inspired by my friends, and her name was the name I gave her when I first got her. And if you want to see me getting her, click the video right there. Milo. I sort of wanted Milo to be different from Scarlet, so he's much more mature and calm, though there is a reason why he's like that, but we'll figure out in future episodes. And his name was actually taken from my old neighbor's dog, and I really like the name. Sebastian. So Sebastian was actually based off of the boys at my elementary or middle school. They would tease us and wouldn't let us play basketball with them, so his character was kind of based off of them. But as I started to revise the plot, I figured out that Sebastian needed a reason to be so against girls. So that's how his trauma was born. If you want to see what his trauma is all about, you can see the episode right here. The reason why Sebastian acts the way he does is because he was brought up like that and influenced by his mom and everything. And his name was actually a random name I gave him when I first got him. Isaac! Isaac is actually an older character I made for a short film called The Cricket. You can check it out right here. And I'm actually not sure how his character came into play, to be honest. I actually don't remember why Isaac was added into the series. I know before I wanted all my series and all my short films to connect, which was a bad idea. And his name sort of came from my cousin's name and this one guy I used to know. Killian! His name was actually taken from Killian from Once Upon a Time. I always try to make my characters more diverse, so Killian ended up having the lowest voice, and since I wanted him to be different, he eventually became the kind, studious person he is today. My family is very open and understanding about things, so I took some inspiration for Killian. Also, he mostly acts the way he does because of his family. They're very kind and supportive, kind of like mine. Natalie! Oh my gosh. So a lot of you guys actually hate Natalie, and I actually really like Natalie. I think Natalie is one of my favorite or second favorite characters. She was kind of based off of me, my depiction of some people in high school, typical mean girls, and my sister. I also based her off of a character from a small series called A Girl Without a Phone by Robert Randall. Then if you've watched it, her character was based off of Nikki. I wanted Natalie to be the mean girl, but I also wanted her to be more realistic and different. I feel like some people aren't the same as from school and home, like me, and Natalie's home self is like me. Natalie's room is also inspired by my sister's room, and her name was also taken from one of my friend's sister's name. However, I realized her name was actually a name I gave to one of my old characters in the series. Since I wanted her to be totally different, I decided to get a fake LPS of her, and this is what she looks like at home without makeup, and she's got eye bags and she hides her freckles, but then when she's at school she has her makeup and everything done. His high on sugar thing was actually based off of me. I would get really hyper when I had too much sugar. Like most characters, I'm not really sure how he came to be, like his laugh and all, and I just wanted all my characters to be different, so now we have Atticus. His name was actually taken from a name I gave to my other LPS. Atticus once said that Sebastian only added Grayson to the team because he pitied him, which was actually true at first. So that's how Grayson's backstory in episode 15 came to be. His name was actually going to be Jasper, which is the name I actually gave him, but it wasn't really fitting, so I changed it to Grayson. You can probably see the mess up in episode 1 where they called him Jasper. Ryland! Honestly, he's just based off of people at school who don't do their work and rates girls. And he's pretty basic, to be honest, and his name was taken from someone's Sims name. Sims 4. Jordan looks up to Scarlet, well, until the whole argument and body switch happened. Her personality is sort of based off of Scarlet's because I guess she was influenced. I wanted to have a unisex name in the series, so I took the name Jordan. Mabel! As you know, I wanted to have a very diverse series, so I needed a bubbly character. So Mabel was born. Her name was taken from Mabel from Animal Crossing. Nova! Okay, so as I said, I needed more diversity, so Nova is the shy kid. She was actually inspired by myself because I've always been the shy kid and nervous to make a statement at school. I was actually going to have a backstory for her, but I cut it out because I couldn't fit it into the first season and it wasn't really related to the plot. But I'll probably have it in the second season or maybe make a short film for it. And her name was inspired by my cousin's name, Nora, in Nova Scotia. Rain. She's like the somewhat balance of Scarlett's friends. We have the bubbly quiet and the confident prouds, and Rain is like the neutral person. And her name was taken from literal rain, Sebastian's mom. Sebastian's mom was actually based off of my cousin's mom, but like not completely, but just some like traits here and there. Sebastian's mom is someone who has a deception of things and convinces others to believe what she believes. She cares about her image so much, she doesn't care about what happens to her family or Sebastian, thus traumatizing him and forcing him to be her perfect son. I could go on forever, but there's no time for that. Scarlett's mom is based off of a Cinderella in a way where the stepmom doesn't think of the daughter as her own child, but Scarlett's mom tries to make it subtle. In one scene, Sebastian's mom and brother left on a trip without Scarlett because it was the day of her exams. This was actually based on a true story that happened to my cousin, where her family booked a trip and they were going to surprise her with the trip, but then she had exams the day of, so they went without her. But honestly, we didn't mind because we got to go to exams together and she got to sleep over for a week. Milo's parents. I wanted to have some chill parents in the series, and in some movies there are these type of parents. Wow, that was a video all on its own, but that's how all the characters came to be. Thank you for watching this video, and if you've clicked on this before finishing the actual Q&A, the link to the video will be in the description and you can watch the rest of the Q&A there. Thanks for watching this. Bye!